Next project on the list, restoring my old orc army. But there's a problem, they all need rebasing onto bigger 32mm bases. Luckily, I printed these texture rollers, so let's give them a go. Since my last video on these texture rollers, people suggested I try air dry clay. It's proper cheap stuff, and with the amount you get, you could rebase this whole army easily, with plenty left over to spare. Luckily, the orcs wasn't too bad to debase. A few snap legs here and there, but nothing a bit of glue couldn't fix. Now on to the messy part. I wasn't entirely sure what I was doing, but basically I applied the clay to the bases and smoothed it down with this 3D printed rolling pin. The first texture roller I'm testing was printed with a 0.4 nozzle, and while the layer lines are pretty visible, they still create a cool effect. Next I printed the texture roller printed on the 0.2 nozzle, and this one came out great. Once they were all done, I couldn't be bothered to wait for them to air dry, so out came the blowtorch. It seemed to work fine, though it did start smelling a bit burnt. With the excess clay, I went round the base with a knife to trim it back, but honestly, I should have probably let them dry a little bit first. Then I superglued the orcs to their new bases. Since the clay is a little soft, I could press them down into it, so they don't just look like they're floating on top. Time to hit these with a black base coat, then a simple white ink dusting, just to really see how the textures turned out. And there we have it. These turned out even better than I expected, and the process wasn't even that long. The one with the more clay definitely came out the best, but it's all trial and error. With this method, rebasing doesn't feel nearly as daunting anymore. Now it's time to decide what colour we're going to paint this army. Let me know your ideas in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.